This is the book I wish someone had handed me on the morning I walked into my first classroom. You are a teacher. You walked into a profession because somewhere along the way you believed that what happened in a classroom could matter. You believed a single hour with a child could change a life. And then you started teaching. And you notice that most days what happens in the classroom does not feel like that. Most days you cover the chapter. You give the quiz, the students pass, the students forget. Next week, a new chapter. The cycle repeats. And somewhere in the middle of the cycle, you start to wonder, did they really understand? Will any of this travel beyond Friday? If they meet this idea again, 5 years from now, in a different shape, will they recognize it? This book is about that question. Concept based inquiry is not a new fashion in education. It is a quiet, careful answer to a very old problem. The problem is that we have taught generations of students to memorize without understanding. We have taught them to repeat without thinking. We have given them facts and called it knowledge. And we have done this not because we did not care, but because we did not know there was another way. There is another way. This book is for any teacher of any subject at any grade level, anywhere in the world. It assumes you have never heard the term concept-based inquiry. It assumes you have never seen a generalization or a concept attainment sort. It assumes you're busy, tired, and looking for something practical you can use tomorrow morning. It is for the primary teacher in Mumbai, for the secondary maths teacher in Singapore, for the diploma history teacher in Toronto, for the early years educator in Lagos, for the second language teacher in Madrid. It is for the experienced teacher who senses that something in their practice has stopped growing. It is for the new teacher who has not yet been taught to settle. By the time you finish listening to this book, you will be able to plan a concept-based inquiry lesson from scratch. You will know what a concept is and what it is not. You will know how to write a generalization that travels. You will know how to ask 3 kinds of questions instead of 1. You will know how to provoke curiosity, sort examples, investigate evidence, organize findings, surface a rule, transfer it to a new situation, and reflect on the journey. You will know what the cognitive science says about why this works. You will know the pitfalls. You will know how to start tomorrow. You will not, however, become a master of this method by listening once. Mastery takes practice. You will become, by the time the last chapter ends, is a teacher who knows what mastery looks like and how to walk toward it. 21 chapters lie ahead. They are arranged in 5 parts. Part 1 lays the foundation. Part 2 walks through the 7 phases of a concept-based inquiry lesson. Part 3 teaches you how to plan a unit from scratch. Part 4 shows you what this looks like in every major discipline. Part 5 steps back and answers the bigger questions. Why does this work? Where do new teachers stumble? How do you build a culture of inquiry over time? Each chapter opens with a moment from a real classroom. Each chapter ends with one thing you can do differently tomorrow morning. Each chapter is short enough to listen to during a commute. The full book is about 7 hours long. You can listen to it once in a week, or you can listen to it slowly, one chapter at a time, in a season. This work is an independent practitioner exploration of concept-based inquiry. It is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or representing any specific concept-based inquiry program, publisher, or membership organization. It draws on the open ideas of CBI scholarship, including the work of Lynn Erickson, Lois Lanning, Carla Marschall, Rachel French, Kath Murdoch, and many others. It synthesizes those ideas into a flexible classroom-first format you can use no matter what or where you teach. One last thing before we begin. Concept-based inquiry will not solve every problem in your classroom. It will not replace your judgment. It will not write your lessons for you. It will not eliminate the bad days, the difficult students, the impossible workload, the moments when you wonder why you chose this work. What it will do is give you a way of thinking about your teaching that puts the student's mind at the center. It will give you a method whose structure happens to match the way the human brain actually learns. It will give you back the part of teaching that you came here for. The part where a child suddenly understands. The part where a question becomes an idea. The part where the room goes quiet because something real is happening. That is what we are going to walk toward together. Chapter 1 begins in a supermarket aisle where a teacher meets a former student 6 months after a unit on photosynthesis. The student remembers nothing. We are going to fix that.